Tonight I will be coming from Numbers chapter 13, and then I will be reading the first two verses, and then I will jump down to verses 26 through 33. So Numbers chapter 13. We'll be reading the first two verses, then skip on down to verse 26. All right. Okay. And it reads, And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a leader among them. So I will skip down to verse 26, and it reads, Now they departed and came back to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back word to them and to all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. Then they told them and said, We went to the land where you sent us. It truly flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. Nevertheless, the people who dwell in the land are strong, the cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the banks of the Jordan. Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, The Lord through which we have gone as spies is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw the giants, the descendants of Anak came from the giants, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. So I want to give a crash course of what's happening here. Okay, basically Moses, the leader of Israel, and Aaron sent out the 12 spies, and they spied the land, and they looked and observed, and they came back with the report as we just read. And Caleb spoke up and said, he said, we can take it. Basically saying, kind of paraphrasing, I think we can take the land. With God on our side, we can definitely take the land. But the others were not so confident. Basically calling Caleb and Joshua crazy. Because we see giants in the land. How can we even defeat the strong people in that land? There is no way we can take the land. So, what I got from this today is Caleb and Joshua remembered what God has done for them, to the children of Israel. Okay, God has basically done miracles for the children of Israel, got them through the Red Sea and provided manna and a lot of things. So they remember what God has done, and they believe what God can do for them to take the land. But obviously the 10 other spies doubted them, basically. And then, of course, later on they went to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, and the people cried out, and they were saying, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. So, of course, as the story goes on along, They have not received. They didn't receive their promise until 40 years later. Of course, during the 40 years, they wandered in the wilderness, basically. You know, what would have happened if everyone was on one accord and believed, you know what, God has been good to us. God can provide. God can provide the strength and the ability to take the land. I just believe that they would have received their promise way earlier than what they went through, what they've gone through. Another point I come to the conclusion is, don't allow the negative distractions to deter you from God's promise. People may doubt, oh, he or she's crazy for thinking God will, deliver them from this. People will go to the doctor and someone may find cancer or a tumor inside their body. And the doctor say, you know what? I don't see you living for this long with this cancer or tumor. Okay, we may accept that. We will, respect what the doctor may say. But we serve a God that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. I know my God can heal me. I know my God can heal me from cancer and tumor. I respect you, doctor, but the report you're saying is not true. I believe God can do miracles through the situation. People may have bills to go through and they have no money. I say, wow. And, they may have a moment to say, wow, how can I pay all these bills if I have no money? But they track back to their memory and say, God provided me from time and time again to pay these bills. I know He can provide for me to pay the bills in the future. And then once you determine, God is able to do that. God can, and, is able to do all those things. We must stand on it, stand firm in our faith. We're not going to allow anybody to deter our faith in God, because we know who we serve. Amen. So once you take that leap of faith, sometimes decisions can be hard. Yes, it's one side is faith and the other side is like, well, am I going to accept the report that they give me or accept the criticism that they give me? God will send confirmation to you to say, look, I have a path for you. Stay on the path and I will guarantee you this promise. And once we take that leap of faith, there is a guarantee that God will give you the promise that He has said and He will be giving to you. A couple of verses that got in my mind was Hebrews 11:1. And it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. Coming back to the story, I believe that Caleb and Joshua saw something that others could not see, because they had the faith in God that, like we said, we can take the land. And another verse I want to point out is Joshua chapter 1 verses 9. And it says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Life happens. Life happens to everyone. And, sometimes we take a hard bump in the road or a bad detour in life. But God is letting us know, don't be afraid of those detours or those bumps. Don't be afraid of that, because I got you. Wherever you're going through, I got you. Basically. And kind of the point we want to take away from tonight is always stand in your faith in God, because God can do the miraculous in your life. Even when we think about the conference, even we're hearing Tuesday from Gabby, with the finance issues and attendance issues. It's good that we have these prayer calls and we are uniting on this point that said this conference will happen and the attendees will come, and lives will be changed and breakthroughs will happen, and the finance will be there. We believe that this conference is going to be one of the greatest that we'll ever have. So we just have to stand on the faith of God.